Let's do that song for people. Sunlight on the skin when I'm not around.
How's it going, guys? It's your boy D-Money here, and today we're gonna be reacting to 7 habits damaging your hair. Black men. The video is by Glow Up Guy. If you want to watch the video yourself, you know where it's going to be, linking down in the description. Channel is going to be linked down in the description too. Let's get straight into it.
If you're black, there's 7 habits destroying your hair. If you think you're doing everything right, you're washing it, using products, but your hair's still dry, breaking, and not growing to its potential, it's because you ignore these habits. And if you continue, you might even end up like this. So I'm gonna show you exactly what's going wrong, starting with a daily habit that puts dirt back into clean hair. Picture this: you just wash your hair, your scalp's fresh, you're feeling good, then you grab your regular comb or brush and run it through your hair. What you don't realize, it's filthy. You might not see it, but there's months of old products, dead skin, oil and dirt all over, and you're putting it all back into your hair. Because of this, your hair gets oily, clogged up, and dirty way faster than it should, but it gets worse. That buildup can clog your pores, mess up your scalp, and if you ignore it for long enough, it can even lead to scalp infections. So make sure to wash your tools after use, and each week, fill a bowl of hot water and shampoo, or even dish soap, and let your brushes and combs soak for 5 to 10 minutes. Then grab a clean
I got locks, so I don't really gotta worry about this, really, cause you know, most I do is I put product in my shit, and I just go about my day. Unless I'm getting my hair done, I don't really gotta worry about all this. But it is great advice so far as a black man.
Brush and scrub all that gunk out. But if you're washing your hair daily and it still feels stripped and dry, this next habit is exactly why. It's a common mistake I see. Most guys put shampoo all over their hair, the roots, the strands, and even the tips. They lather it up, rinse it out, then wonder why the hair feels like straw. Here's what you gotta understand. Shampoo is designed to strip dirt. That's its job. It's soap for your scalp. So it's meant to be used on your scalp and roots where the dirt is. When you look at your hair strands, the ends don't have much oil. In fact, they're the oldest and most fragile part of your hair. If you put shampoo anywhere other than the roots in your scalp, you're just stripping moisture from hair that's already dry. This causes your end.
So that's why you usually told to use shampoo and conditioner? Because the shampoo is for the roots, and then conditioner is for the strands of hair. Okay, these are valuable lessons we hear right now.
To break off. So instead, put your shampoo only on your scalp and roots. Section your hair because it makes it easier to apply shampoo directly to your scalp, and massage it with your fingertips to break up all the oil and buildup on your scalp. I use a shampoo brush. It's this silicone brush with soft bristles, and it does 2 things. First, it exfoliates your scalp, gets rid of dead skin and buildup, and second, it massages your scalp, which promotes blood flow, allowing nutrients to get to your roots. I like to think of the scalp as soil and your hair as the plant. If the soil isn't healthy, the plant won't grow.
That's actually a pretty good comparison if you think about it. Because, you know, your hair don't just start on your head. It gotta grow from your scalp. So technically it is growing like roots out of your hair. And obviously if you don't water and take care of the plant right, the plant will die. Same with hair. You don't take care of your hair right, your hair will start to die off.
When you rinse, the runoff cleanses the rest of your hair, which is all you need. But there's still another habit that's making you damage your hair every single day. Let me ask you something. How often do you detangle? In the morning when you wake up, throughout the day? Well, when you detangle wrong, you actually cause damage, literally ripping your hair out. Here's why. When your hair is dry, it's brittle. So when you run a comb through it and hit a knot, your comb doesn't flex. It just snaps your hair. And that's why you see hair on the end of your comb or brush. and probably why your hair growth is so slow. So instead, follow these 2 steps. First, throw away any plastic or metal picks, and instead, use a flexible bristle brush like a wet brush or a Denman brush. These bristles flex when they hit a knot, which stops any breakage. Second, only detangle when your hair is wet and has products in it. I detangle when I'm showering with warm water and conditioner, or after I've just applied my leave-in conditioner. Make sure you detangle from the ends to the roots and be gentle with it. Your hair's like rope. When it's dry, it's stiff and snaps. But when it's wet with conditioner, it's flexible and can stretch without breaking.
Right. Okay. So don't use one of these combs. Right. Okay.
If you've got shorter hair though, you can still use a comb, but just detangle with warm water and conditioner. Alright, I'm not even done. I've got so many more gems that you've got to know. If your hair still feels dry, even after you're using products, it's probably because of this next habit. And I wish someone had told me this years ago. Most guys think oil moisturizes hair, so they add it in, but then hours later, wonder why it feels dry, greasy, and limp. Here's what you need to know. Oil is not a moisturizer, it's a seal. Think of it like this. If you put a lid on an empty cup, nothing happens. If you put a lid on a full cup, it traps the water inside. Oil is that lid. Moisture is the water. If you put oil on dry hair, you're sealing in nothing. If you put moisture in first, like water or leave-in conditioner, and then seal this in with oil, now you're locking that moisture inside, and that's when the oil actually works. To know when you're using too much oil, see if your hair feels greasy but still dry, or if you're quickly noticing build-up on your scalp. To properly moisturize your hair,
and apparently it looks like it makes the hair itself look more fuller because of the oils. That's great to know.
I recommend following either the LOC method or the LCO method. The LOC method is for low porosity hair. That means you've got tight cuticles and it takes longer for your hair to absorb moisture. First, you want to add liquid, like water or leave-in conditioner, then an oil to seal that moisture in, then you can add a cream for styling. However, for the LCO method, this is for high porosity hair. That means you've got gaps in your cuticles, which allows you to easily moisturize, but also for all that moisture to easily evaporate. So again, you want to start with adding a liquid like water or a leave-in conditioner. Then you add a cream this time to add extra moisture. Then you seal it all in with the oil. Honestly, for us black guys, the order of products we use is incredibly important. So make sure you follow the method that's right for you. Now, if the rest...
So water, cream, then oil. Now, are these just for black men with shorter hair, like tight curls? Or is he gonna get into like locks too? Cause I'm not gonna lie, I need some advice on how to maintain my locks. I'm doing pretty well at it, but you know, ain't nothing wrong with getting a tip here and there.
day your hair feels soft, light, and not greasy, that's exactly how you know it's actually moisturized. But if you're still doing this next habit, you're undoing all of that hard work while you sleep. Quick question, do you go to sleep with all your hair out, or do you wear a do-rag or a bonnet? If you're not covering your hair at night, you're losing moisture and causing breakage every single night. And if you sleep on a cotton pillowcase, that's even worse. Here's what's happening. Cotton absorbs moisture like a sponge. When you lay your head on cotton, it literally sucks moisture out from your hair as you sleep. That's why you wake up with dry, frizzy hair. Then there's the friction. While you toss and turn, your hair rubs against that pillowcase. That friction causes breakage, and that's why you probably see hair on your bed in the morning. It might seem small at first, but over time it adds up, and this will seriously slow your hair growth. So make sure to cover your hair at night with any kind of satin or silk material, and sleep on a satin or silk pillowcase. I've linked the ones I use below. Satin and silk are smooth, they don't absorb moisture like cotton, and they reduce friction.
Yeah, I knew that part already, you know? That's why you always see me with either one of these on, like this. You know, I have multiple do-rags. Sometimes I might even go to sleep in a bandana. But you know, I also got my bonnets too. I don't wear them as much. But you know, they there if I want to wear them to sleep. But what I really wear the most is this one though. Which it's like it's a dread cap. So I could have it like this, have it to the sides, or I can like put it all in the sack and just have my hair protected while I'm asleep. So I know of these strategies, you know. It's good to for people that don't know this though to hear though.
So your hair isn't getting ripped while you sleep. Honestly, this is one of the easiest changes you can make, but it's gonna make such a big difference. But these next two habits are the biggest unlocks. They'll double your growth rate and finally allow you to reach your hair growth potential. First, this habit separates guys with healthy, strong hair from the rest. You need to deep condition at least once every 2 weeks. You see, regular conditioner coats the surface and makes your hair feel smooth for a bit, but it doesn't actually penetrate your hair shaft. However, when it comes to deep conditioners, these go inside your hair. They deliver moisture and nutrients deep into each strand. And for us black guys, this is especially important. Our hair is naturally drier because of its coily structure. The natural oils from our scalp have a hard time traveling from our roots to the tip because of all these curves and bends. So if we're not adding moisture back in, our hair stays dry, brittle, and breaks easy. Deep conditioning fixes this. Over time, your hair will feel completely different, softer, stronger, limited breakage. And here's exactly how I use it. First, wash your hair with shampoo like I mentioned, then rinse it out. Then you want to apply deep conditioner to damp detangled hair. Coat every strand, especially the ends. Now, for your most important step, add heat. Heat opens up your cuticles, allowing moisture to actually penetrate. If you don't do this, the deep conditioner just sits on top and you're just wasting your money. Use a heat cap, or if you have one, a hooded dryer. I use these ones from Amazon. Or you can just put on a plastic cap and use a blow dryer on low heat. Let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes, then rinse out with warm water and detangle again if you need to. If you do this every 1 to 2 weeks, I'm telling you, man. I've linked the products I use down below. However, as the hair grows, you need to do this next habit, because if you don't, all that growth is just gonna break off. Once your hair reaches about 3 to 4 inches, it's very easy for it to get tangled and be exposed to the elements. So you need to start using protective styles. These are styles that are exactly as they sound. They protect your hair. Braids, twists, cornrows, anything that tucks your strands and keeps them from rubbing into your clothes, the wind, or your pillow. Think about it like this. The ends of your hair are like the frayed edges of a rope. The more they're exposed to friction, the more they're damaged. Protective styles are like tucking them away in a protective bind. When your ends are protected, they don't break off, allowing you to retain more length. However, protective styles are only protective when done right. When they're done wrong, they're one of the fastest ways to mess up your hairline. And it's because of these 4 mistakes.
Yeah, that's the reason why I did braids not too long ago, to keep that protective style. I mean, yeah, for the style to protect my hair. Cause I haven't went to an actual hairstyle, my hairstylist in a minute. So, I'm trying to learn how to do this shit on my own, so I don't have to worry about possibility of my dreads being less weak, possibly falling out. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I went through a journey when it comes to my dread. If you was there, you was there. You saw my shit going from looking all crazy. Some of them like this long, some of them like all the way down to my chest, looking crazy. So, this actually shout out Glow Up guys. We might watch some more of his videos down the line. This is actually an educational video for a black man. Which it could be used for anybody else too, but this is more targeted at a black man for sure. Y'all should take his advice. And I'm going to take his advice too.
First, braiding too tight. Constant tension can damage your hair follicles. When you go to a braider, tell them you want to loose the braid because you don't want to risk long-term damage. Mistake number 2, leaving them in for too long. Protective styles should stay in for no more than 8 weeks. After that, your hair will start to bust.
8? Who be keeping them in for 8 weeks? I keep them in for a week or 2 max. Yeah, am I not letting the style settle? 8 weeks? God damn, I think that's almost too much.
Together. So unless you want dreads, set a reminder and take them out after 4 to 6 weeks. Mistake 3, not moisturizing. Just because your hair is in a protective style doesn't mean you can now ignore it. it still needs moisture. So get a spray bottle, fill it with water and a little leave-in conditioner. And every 2 to 3 days, spray your scalp in the length of your hair. Then massage it in. And then mistake number 4, not letting your hair rest. You can't go from one protective style immediately into another. Your scalp needs to breathe and your hair needs to break. So here's a...
Nah, for sure. That was the thing that I learned. That's why my hair was breaking off back then. Because I used to go from a hairstyle straight into a high bun. And, you know, to get it really looking the look, I used to like pull at the dreads for it to like pop out more. And then that started pulling at my actual scalp and dreads. So that's why I lost a lot of my dreads back then. So yeah, don't jump from style to style at all, bro. That's the last thing you want to do. Like, give it, like, if you like having these styles in your hair, give it at least, like, I'll say like a month. Give your hair time to breathe and just be what it is, you know? Like, you could do like buns and stuff like that. You could do that. But like actual official like braids or twist or something like that, give it time between styles so your hair don't feel like it's like in a constant tightening because it's always in a style, you know?
Routine I recommend. On week 1, get your protective style. And then from week 2 to 6, maintain it by moisturizing every 2 to 3 days. Making sure to wash it every other week and sleep with a do-rag. Then week 7, take it down, wash your hair, deep condition, and let your hair rest. Then on week 8, you repeat. That 1 week of rest will make all the difference, allowing your scalp to recover.
1 week? Yeah, I don't know if I agree with his leaving the style in, and I don't know, I might be doing it wrong then. Cause if he's saying leave the hairstyle in for 4 to 5 weeks and then take it out and give it a 1 week rest and then go back in, I might be doing it wrong. Cause I have my style in for 2, 3. The most I had it in was 3 weeks, and then I take it out and then I don't put another style in for maybe a month, maybe even longer.
In giving you time to deep condition and really care for your hair. Remember, healthy hair doesn't need to be complicated. You just need to know what actually works for our hair. I've linked all the products in the description and check out the free full guide. And if you want more advice from men just like us, check out this video. Let's keep glowing up.
W video glow guy. W video glow up guy. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, I could agree to disagree with some parts of what he said, but for the most part, like, he was giving us valuable lessons to keep our hair like healthy and looking good for black men. Sorry to include my other races like Mexicans, white people, and stuff like that, but this one is for the black men. Like, yeah. Like and subscribe if you haven't to join the D-Money gang, and turn your post notifications on so you can know when I upload. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.